So it's that time again. It's time for another video. It's only a quick one today. I've just done the food shop for this week. So I just thought I'd make a quick video on the foods that I've bought and make like a nutrition video and talk about the nutrition side of stuff. So things like salmon or some type of fish. We've got minced beef, which is like less than 5% fat. We've got some tandoori chicken breast chunks, just for like a little snack or for a lunch. We've got some eggs. We've also got cottage cheese, which is great just before I go to sleep. Well, that's when I like to have that. And then just a couple of boxes of chicken. So as you can see, it's all just good sources of protein. These are the types of foods that make up a majority of my diet when it comes to protein. And then alongside the protein stuff that I just showed you, I've also got some sweet potatoes for carbs. They're a great one to have earlier on in the day before you work out, for example, because they're like a slow release energy. They're great for just fueling your workouts. And then I've just got some basmati rice there, which is more for just convenience. So obviously you can just put them in the microwave and they're quick. If it's on an evening and I've got more time, I've got rice that I'll do myself, and I do like to just cook my own rice. But as I say, they're just a bit of a time saver. And then we've got some vegetables. I'll always have onions in the fridge. I'll always have them because they make up most of the dishes that I make. So most of the foods that I eat, or if I make a dish, I will usually just put onions in it. So they're just a staple of my items in the fridge. I also have here some mushrooms and some peppers. So I do like to eat like this a majority of the time and just eat foods in their natural state, if you like. As you can see, like potatoes and the veg and the protein like chicken, fish, eggs. So they're not processed, but then a very small percentage of my diet I will allow to have maybe a bit of a treat or things that are a little bit more processed. It's not the end of the world, you know, as long as, like I say, a large percentage of your weekly food is just good stuff that is going to fuel your workouts and ultimately help with you reaching your fitness goals. Time to move on to the good stuff. I always say that if you are keeping on top of your calories, so you know how many calories you're supposed to be having per day, and you also are hitting your protein goals, you can include the odd bit of food that you like. There's no issue with it. It's, like I said earlier, providing you are a majority of the time just eating the right foods, such as the foods that I showed you earlier in the video. But there is room for treats. There is room for stuff that you enjoy. You can tailor your nutrition or tailor your diet to have some enjoyment in your foods that you eat on a weekly basis. So start off with savoury. We'll go straight for the pizza. Why not? So it's just a protein meat feast pizza that I'll have probably one lunchtime or maybe later on in the day, but yeah, probably like a weekend, and I'll have it for a lunch just as a nice change to sweet potato and chicken breast. It's 569 calories, and it's not going to be as good as the foods that I usually eat. That's a given, but I make room for it in my diet, so I can have it. So it's got 36 grams of protein and, like I say, 569 calories. And all I do is I just track it and I just make sure that I fit it into my diet so that I stay on track. It's really that simple. This stuff is a game changer. It is high protein grated chili cheese, and again, I just fit it into my diet. I'll put like 15-20 grams onto some foods that I'll cook, and it just makes it taste nice. This chili cheese is really nice. Now it's time to move on to the sweet stuff. So, high protein chocolate mousse, which is 151 calories and 17.5 grams of protein. I have actually done a video on including these types of foods into your diet in more detail a couple of videos ago on my channel, if you want to go and check it out. And I basically just explain how I fit these types of things into my diet. That's the chocolate mousse. We also have a high protein choco and banana rice pudding, which is 15 grams of protein and 185 calories, I believe. Yep, 185 calories. The thing is, I hear a lot of people say, oh, well, I can't have a chocolate pudding, or I can't have a chocolate mousse, or we'll move on to the pancake shortly. But even like pizza and cheese, people are like, oh, it's off limits, I can't have it. But again, it's just making sure that it's just a small percentage of your week. And then we also have some high protein buttermilk pancakes. So I'll be having them. And that's it. That'll be a breakfast. Again, it's only 1 day a week and I just track it in to my app. It just works for me. So that is basically what today's video is. It's just a nutrition video. And I hope you've also found a lot of value in seeing what sort of foods I eat a majority of the time. And then it's just leaving a little bit of room then to add in some of the stuff that you like. That's basically the point of the video. So as I say, hope you found some value. If you have, please like and subscribe. It really does help the channel and is massively appreciated. And that is all for today. And I'll see you in the next one.